Hello and welcome. I am the Bearded Warrior and this is episode 13 in my attempt at a hardcore Nuzlocke on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. The rules are to the right, but just to recap, I can only catch the first new Sinnoh encounter in each new route that I enter. I must play in set mode. My team level cannot exceed the gym leader's ace Pokemon prior to the battle starting, and if a Pokemon is knocked out it can no longer be used for the remainder of the playthrough. So just a little warning, I made this recording earlier in the week and for some reason the audio wasn't there, so this is actually an overlay voiceover to the video, so some of the things I'm talking about may be out of sync. But just a quick recap on the last episode, so we did manage to defeat Candice the Ice Gym, but it came at a costly error of losing Loki the Drifblim, so the sprite for that will change very shortly to Sneasel, just so that I've got that horrible reminder that one of my favourite Pokemon in the team is gone. So yeah, Loki was unfortunately and tragically taken from bad RNG with a critical hit. So I left a vote up to the audience on who should join the team next, and the vote went in the direction of Riolu. So that's one of the things we're going to do today, is we're going to try and hatch our Riolu egg and get him up to a standard where he is Lucario. But the first thing we're going to actually do is head to Lake Acuity to help out Barry, or in this case Darth. Apologies Darth for not giving you recognition there. You know, we've had some trouble at the lakes, so we're actually going to go help Darth out at Lake Acuity, and then we're going to go catch ourselves a Gibble now that we have the HM strength, and that way I've got a choice between Weavile, Garchomp and Lucario. It will be Lucario for now, but that's the sort of choice we're going towards. Just going to throw a quick repel on so that we don't run into any unwelcome Pokemon while we're heading towards the lake. The next level cap is 49, but we still have to defeat the Galactic HQ and climb Mount Coronet before we even get to the gym. You're not getting away with this, Team Galactic. Oh, are you finished already? Your Pokemon aren't bad, but you're laughably weak. You honestly thought you could save the Pokemon of the lake and become the Pokemon champion? Dream on, little kid. But ooh, it's so cold here, let's go back to Veilstone HQ. Pretty sure it's just invited him to go to the HQ. Oh, don't I know you? We met in Eterna City. Listen, Team Galactic is going to do something huge for everyone's sake. That's why you should keep out of Team Galactic's way. Don't come whining about poor Pokemon and other trivial junk like that. Don't waste your time coming to our HQ in Veilstone. Now, if you'll excuse me. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't do anything against Team Galactic. This Pokemon called Uxie, it was suffering. I'm going to get tougher. It's not about winning or losing, that's not good enough. I have to be stronger. Bye Darth. Okay, so we spoke to Darth, which triggers the next event, which is to go to Veilstone City to take on Team Galactic at their HQ. But like I said, we're going to fly over to Arbor City and go up the route to catch ourselves a Gibble. So this shouldn't take too long, hopefully, because it is the only encounter we can get from the cave that we're going to, as the only two viable encounters are Bronzor and Gibble, and we already caught Bronzor on this very route 206, and due to the duplication clause we cannot catch something that we've already caught in a previous route. Now this would have been cool to run into a Stunky, but I'm really glad that I actually ran into Bronzor. We may go back to another route where I know I can get Stunky, and catch Stunky. The poison dart typing would be very useful against psychic types, but we have a lot of Pokemon just now that are viable team members, and I think we'll stick with the team we've got just now. You know, I also have the Weavile option now. Weavile is obviously Dark Ice, so I could use Weavile against psychic types now. Oh, a wee burn heal there, that was a good item. Gonna avoid this trainer if I can, because like I said, I don't really want to get the level cap up and above what it already is. I'm gonna use strength now to push this boulder out of the way. And now we're gonna cycle around this cave, but first I'm gonna go to jump over these little bits. Oh, max ether, that'll be useful for the Pokemon League. Now this is a bit that I do struggle with, is jumping over. So like I said here, this is actually the dupe clause because we've already caught Bronzor on a previous route, so we are not able to encounter well, Bronzor doesn't count as a new encounter on this route, as we have previously caught. And I forgot to take my bike off fast mode, so let's just do that. And as soon as we get a Gibble, we will be putting on a repel so that we stop running into Pokemon in this cave. Like I said, I think the only two inviable counters are Bronzor and Gibble, and I think you also run into Geodude and Zubat in this cave, but I'm not 100% sure. And there we have it, Gibble. Hopefully a decent level. Nope, level 15. Okay, so we're just going to use a quick ball and hope that Gibble isn't going to give us any problems. Doop, doop. Doo, 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 doo. And Gibble is part of the team, although he is on the bench just now. Yes, I would like to give Gibble a nickname. Now, I actually had a bit of a toss up here between what I wanted to call Gibble. I was thinking potentially of going with Groot, you know, because Garchomp's this big, monstrous beast of a teammate, but when he's a baby, he is very cute. But in the end, I went with the Hulk, once again with the barbaric strength that a Garchomp holds. And with that, I have not permanently, but currently put Gibble on the team just to start getting some experience, due to the fact that the others are at level 42 and the main two are at 43. And this was me just checking to make sure that I hadn't already named something Hulk, because, you know, I'd got a little bit forgetful. Don't want Gibble in first place, so we have swapped him. And unfortunately he is speed decrease, but he is attack increase, which is amazing for a Gibble, because Garchomps are heavy attackers. And once again, not excellent that that's a special attack increase, but at least it's not a speed decrease, because if I choose to use Weavile, it is a master part of my plan later on. If I can somehow get to the Pokemon League and leave Weavile unmurdered, I would love to use Weavile against a Garchomp with a 4x super effective ice move. I do believe Weavile will be faster than Garchomp, and I think a 4x physical avalanche would in fact take out the Garchomp, even with the berry. But I suppose we're not going to find that out until we get there, so I don't need to put the speed back on my bike. So yeah, that's sort of where I am with I mean, I'm already talking about the Pokemon League. I still need to get through Cyrus, who would be, by the way, another person who'd be great to have an Ice type with. And that is us acquired the TM for Earthquake. There's a very good chance that that will go towards Garchomp, because even though he's a ground type, for some reason he does not learn Earthquake naturally. So I just need to push this boulder out of the way, and then we're going to head to Veilstone. No, we're not. We're going to head to Canalave City, and we're going to take on the grueling challenge of hatching Riolu. And during this time, we shall tell you the many woes and tales of the plans for the next recording. So, I ran this past one of my friends for advice, because I personally find watching people training up Pokemon very, very tedious. In fact, I find the task myself very tedious. I don't use multiplier modules or anything like that. I don't use any form of hacks or cheats for leveling up. So it means I have to do the slow, agonizing journey of grinding up. So the next partial episode or recording will actually be a grinding session, where it's just me trying to get Lucario, Sneasel and Gibble up to the level cap. Well, not right up to the level cap, but I think I'll probably get them up to where the team is just now, sort of 43, 44, maybe even 45, depending where we are at the end of this episode. And that way the team options are more viable, so that once I defeat, if I manage to get through Cyrus, I have options for taking on the Electric Gym, and then if I beat the Electric Gym, I have about 9 Pokemon that I can choose from to determine what I want to go into the Pokemon League with for the final battle. So that's sort of where I am at. That episode will be just a short recording of me doing some grinding, so that if anybody wants to see the off-camera grinding, they can. But if you just want to jump straight to episode 14, which will be out later in the week, that is a perfectly viable choice as well. So like I said, just running up and down here to hatch this egg, and I can only think of one song that is appropriate for this. When I wake up, well I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, well I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get up, well I know I'm gonna be the man who gets up next to you. And when I go, well I know I'm gonna be the man who's going home to you. Well, I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who'd walk 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Yeah, because that's all you seem to do when you hatch eggs, is just, in this case, cycle and cycle and cycle until it is mind-numbingly repetitive. And the end goal is just to see a little egg hatch and a little Sproglin pop out and say hello. So that is where we want to be very shortly. And then we're going to take Riolu and start training him. Since it is daytime, Riolu evolves once his friendliness is high enough. So that is what we'll plan to do, is get Riolu's friendship up to a point where I think he'll be able to evolve once he levels up. And then we'll take him. Now, Riolu can be physical or it can be special. there's no real difference between the two. It's 100% dependent on which one you choose to train up. So I will decide based on how it hatches, what its moveset is, and how I choose to use it. In a few seconds I'm probably going to check again just to see where the progress is. I'm very impatient with stuff like this. This is why I'm having an episode dedicated to leveling up the team, so that if anybody wants to just skip by it, I will not be offended. So far I seem to have a steady viewership. And speaking of steady viewership, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask people, if you're enjoying the show and you're enjoying my channel, please subscribe to the channel. It literally costs nothing and it will help me reach my goal of the end of the year, where I would like to hit 25 subs by the end of the year. So that would be greatly appreciated if anybody who isn't already would love to do that. And also, if you want to give this video a like, do that as well, just so you know, just so I know if you're actually enjoying the content that I'm putting out there. So Rio is nearly there, and in fact will hopefully evolve any minute now. Evolve? No, not evolve. Hatch. If it could evolve in the egg, that would be impressive. Just the Lucario pops out level 1. That would be some Mewtwo level magic there, if anyone remembers the second movie after the original Pokemon movie, which was like Mewtwo in his secret island, and he had Nidokings with Nidoqueens with baby Nidoqueens, and Rhyhorns with baby Rhyhorns. Yeah, it was impressive to see a baby Nidoqueen. Oh. Your egg is hatching. Really hatched. Yay! Riolu has been registered in your Pokedex. And there we go, change the sprite because Riolu is the Pokemon that we're going to be taking on the team. Would you like to give Riolu a nickname? Yes. And Riolu is going to be joining us as the little superhero, you know, the baby of the team who fights alongside all the big bosses, and that is going to be none other than Stan Lee's favourite superhero, Spider-Man. Now here's a fun fact I read about Stan Lee. Special attack increase, attack decrease. Okay, so we're definitely going to lean towards special attack, which will probably be quite nice because I think we are very attack heavy. So we're going to lean towards our special attack. Now we're going to fly to Veilstone City and start buying some stuff. Now, one of the ways you can increase your Pokemon's friendliness is to actually feed it things like Carbos and calcium and things like that. So we're going to do that. In that way it will increase its friendliness, so hopefully it'll be ready to evolve once we actually start leveling it up. So we're going to do this, then we're going to go give Riolu a massage, and then hopefully by the time we battle, nope, that's the wrong vendor, we will be ready. So we're going to buy 10 calcium and 10 Carbos, which wastes basically all of my money, but I actually think it is worth it, because that way once we actually start leveling up, it will show a massive benefit towards Riolu, not in the early stages, but definitely once we're up at like level 40, we will see a massive difference in Riolu's stats. also giving it the Soothe Bell, which I do have a lot of trouble trying to put on, as you can see. There we go. And now our little Riolu should be nice and boosted up, which you don't see in the stats just now. Except from, I think the special attack did go up one from 5 to 6. But obviously the increase is going to be shown once we actually start leveling up. So like I said, we're going to go get ourselves a little massage, and then today we're going to take on the Galactic HQ, which is our main task for today. So while we do that, interesting fact about Stan Lee, like I said, when he originally created Spider-Man, he was actually told by the rest of the Marvel team that it was a stupid idea and that it would cause him to go bankrupt. Like, it would be the biggest disaster and biggest mistake of his life, and that Spider-Man would literally plummet the Marvel universe into the darkness, and boy were they wrong. I don't know if you're a Spider-Man fan, but I'm particularly a fan of the Tom Holland version. I feel like they've nailed it perfectly with Tom Holland. But even growing up, the Spider-Man comics and Spider-Man videos, Spider-Man games, they've always been excellent. Just to be Spider-Man has been absolutely exquisite. So I've really enjoyed being a part of the Spider-Man world personally. Okay, so we're going to talk to this little grunt. Hey, it's you, I bet you remember me. I won't, obviously, it didn't voice over that person at all, but he was basically begrudgingly moaning about the fact that I kicked his ass in an earlier episode and wants nothing more to do with me. So now we need to go around to the storage area, where we actually get ourselves a dusk stone. I don't know what a dusk stone would be useful for in this particular playthrough. But there we have it, we have a dust stone just in case. Now I do apologise, obviously I can't hear the sound quality, so hopefully the sound quality is up to the standard that it normally is now that I've got the new microphone, but we can only wait and see. Now what do we have here? Trainers lost their way. Yes, I have lost my way. Oh, you have one Pokemon. Oh, you have Golbat. Now, one thing that I am very aware of in this place is that some of, not all of, but some of the Golbat have Giga Drain, which means that I will have to actively keep Gastrodon out of the picture, because Gastrodon will get murdered if he gets hit with a 4 times super effective Giga Drain, even though it's not the biggest special attack. Oh, look at Spider-Man going to go. Okay, so I actually did highlight here that my special attack has actually went up less than my physical attack, and that made me sad, because I was thinking, oh, I've put in all this work to increase its special attack, and its attack is just going to be even better. Thankfully that will change when it evolves. Lucario's stats don't really kick in until it evolves. What? Spider-Man is evolving. We now have Lucario, who needed to step up into the team a lot quicker than the rest of the Pokemon, because he is a latecomer to the team. Like I said, Lucario isn't guaranteed to be joining the team. Oh, Aura Sphere. Yes, we will 100% learn Aura Sphere. It is a never miss move. And I think it's got like 80 or 90 power. and also it is special attack. So perfect for the build we are trying to create here. Okay, so just keep making our way downtown. Bottle of zinc. I believe zinc. I believe zinc is special defense, so we may stick some of them on our team just before we finish up in the Pokemon League if they've not already maxed out their stats. Oh, a Dustox. Come on, Gamora, you can do it. Okay, so I think the play here is we're going to use Volt Switch and go into Staraptor. Just to make sure. Good thing it's not a physical attacker because it's already got 2 Volt, and of course it uses Toxic. Toxic, what a pain of a move, but I love it when I get to use it. And never mind, Shuri shook it off. So that is something that I did mention right back at the start, is that when your Pokemon become friendly with you, they can sometimes remove statuses or hold on in the battle. It's not a feature that is ideal for Nuzlocke because it does make you think, would I still have that Pokemon if that didn't happen? But in the gameplay it's given me this as an option. So you'll use it, you know, later on we're not going to have this kind of benefit when we're doing Pokemon Sword and Shield. We're not going to have Pokemon trying to hold on because they love us. So it's quite nice to have that little cushion for the first playthrough. Oh, Bronzer. Okay, we're going to go back into Lucario, I think, and use our Dark move. Can't wait for Lucario to actually have something that's a little bit effective against. You know, obviously it is effective, but we're using Bite, which should be a one. Oh no, it was not a one-hit kill, but it flinched, so that's perfect. And yay, Spider-Man's level 18. And what do you think you're doing destroying the halls of our HQ? They're all very mean to me. I'm just here to do a job, you know. Which I anticipate is going to use Fake Out. But it did not, so we're just going to use Spark. That should be a one-hit kill. Nice and easy. And Spider-Man grew to level 19 and Hulk grew to level 18. At this point I kind of realised that Bulldoze, actually quite a good move, but yeah, Gibble is going to be difficult to train up to the level cap. We're going to use warp pads and go look for the key, but instead we found an item. Every item is useful apart from revive, because what good is a revive in a Nuzlocke when you're not allowed to heal a dead Pokemon? Just taking a look at the sort of moves I've got, seeing what we can all learn, and this is me making the realisation that I have a physical ice move that I could potentially teach to a Weavile, which is Avalanche 60 power physical. That could be really useful for Weavile because special attacks, you've seen the difference, it's like 37 special attack, 77 attack, so it's a no-brainer that I need to use an attack and move for Weavile for it to be effective. Okay, so he's using Worm Paw. I'm not really worried here. He's gonna electrocute it. Because we are a physical Pokemon. And he sends out Nuzlocke, which once again isn't really a threat. Once again, Pokemon using Toxic are just the absolute worst. But it's fine, we'll be able to heal up after. I don't anticipate that we're going to lose Luxray to a Toxic Dustox, even with another battle. Okay, so we have Power Up Punch here. We're going to remove Quick Attack because we are speed based, so if we're not faster than our opponent, then we're just going to rely on doing damage, but eventually I think Power Up Punch is going to be replaced. I've kind of decided that the moveset I'll probably go for Lucario will be Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, Calm Mind, and Drain Punch, so that we could set up with a Calm Mind, get health back with an Aura Sphere, and then wipe the field. Hopefully that's kind of the way we're going to try and go. But we'll have to wait and see if this actually works. Okay, so we're just going to remove the poison from Luxray before we move on, and heal up, because every bit of damage counts. As I said, 10 HP could be the difference between losing a Pokemon and keeping a Pokemon. So we are now going to explore the different areas. People like, you just don't understand who we are. You don't understand Team Galactic, so why is it that you fire us? Because you're bad and I'm good, and that's what heroes do. Yeah, that's literally why. Okay, so Stunky, we're going to use Thunderbolt purely because we want to avoid the Aftermath. I don't think Aftermath could do enough damage to wipe us out at this particular health, but we just don't want to risk it. And we're heading down this way. Oh, another Galactic Grunt. I smell an intruder. Oh, that's just rude. Another Bronzor. Perfect opportunity for a little bite. once again getting the flinch cheese, which is always nice when RNG is on your side. And mixing it stinky, so once again we're not going to use a physical attack. Once again, I don't think Aftermath would have enough damage to take me out. But why leave anything to chance when we can just do a move that we know is going to knock it out and not take damage? Simple. So we are going to put back Okayo and Gibble right now. Hulk and Okayo, just because we are going to be taking on, not at this exact minute, but we are going to be taking on a Galactic Commander and even Cyrus for the first time, and we don't really want 2 or 3 Pokemon with reduced levels. We want to be going into that battle confidently. You never know when it's going to be Pokemon that could potentially take you out. We need a free switch into something, and if all I've got is a couple of level 30s, I am not going to have a very good chance. Snacking kids like you. Well, you know what, sir? I am a Pokemon master in the making, so have a little respect, and you're obviously going to have Kadabra. Because what Pokemon scientist doesn't have a Kadabra? And because they're such glass cannons, Bite should just wipe it out. Now, Kadabra does always give me the fear, and that's one of the reasons I really wanted Skorupi on the team, because he wouldn't be able to take, or he wouldn't get hit by a psychic type move, but I've come to the realisation that I still have a dark option, which is my Sneasel. And Spider-Man level 23, Pepper Pot's level 43, yay! So I think at this point I just check to see how I'm coming on. So Lucario's special attack is actually at 75, which is a little bit behind everybody, but considering he is 20 levels behind, when he gets up to the same level, he is going to be an absolute monster level wise. Alright, so we're going downstairs. And we're going to give ourselves Sludge Bomb, which is a really good poison move. Finally something for Roserade poison wise, and the Galactic Key, which now allows us to go to the second part of the compound, but we're going to go back up the top first, because I actually believed that the Master Ball was sitting up here, and it is not. So just jump in some spinny power, and let's head up to the top floor. I'm ready to beat you up. I'm ready to beat all of yous, and I think I'm literally coming up here for an item in a room. But what item? 10 points if you get it in the comments before the video airs, which is impossible. It is a spare Dazzling Gleam, which is pretty awesome. But a bit strange that you get Dazzling Gleam in the same city where you can buy Dazzling Gleam, you know, all that hard work for a reward that you can just pay 3,000 Pokédollars for. But that is what they choose to give you, so that is what you get. And now we're going to go to main HQ and take on the Galactic members. across to the main HQ where we're going to take on the galactic people and start closing down their operations. We're also going to finish up the video by freeing Uxe, Azelf and Mespirit. Oh, accidentally went into the basement floor level, which is no good for anybody. So now we're going into the belly of the beast. And just casually people let me walk through because I have a key. And we're going to lead with Infernape. I was actually waiting here for a double battle, but since he wouldn't turn around, I just decided to go with a singles battle. Because he wouldn't turn around. If he'd waited for a doubles battle, you would have seen an interesting doubles battle. I'm kinda glad I didn't, because now that I think about it, double Golbat using Air Cutter would have been the death of Captain America. But for some reason I decided to be brave here and try taking on the Golbats with an Infernape. I won't be able to make that mistake with Cyrus because Cyrus actually has a Crobat, not now, but once we get to the top, it's be a pillar. And we don't want to be taking that because this is the damage done from a non-super effective move. You know, it's not huge, but it could be quite threatening. I would like to learn Cam Mine, thank you. And we're going to replace Laser Focus because Laser Focus just results in critical hits, but Cam Mine is a permanent increase once you've got it. So we are just going to use that, and like I said, that's probably part of my setup, which will be Cam Mine, Focus, Flash Cannon and Aura Sphere. We are going to heal up Infernape just as a precaution. And take on yet another Golbat. And once again, I decide to be hero and keep Infernape in the battle for some reason. Because the last one died quite easily, so I thought, why not? And another Golbat bites dust. And we're now at level 44 for Captain and level 25 for our Lucario. So it's not going to be a huge grind session. I think I'm going to struggle most with Gibble, but the whole point is to get myself up to a level where Gibble's viable, which would be a really good Pokemon to use in the Electric Gym. The only thing I can think that they may have is some of the Pokemon may have Ice Punch to negate the effects of a ground type. And we're going to put Gastrodon in first place, which realistically going against a scientist I maybe shouldn't have done. But I didn't really see the problem with it. Taking on Kadabra. You can see it's not doing huge damage. But still could have been problematic. go through the warp pads and get the rest of the items before we go and save the day. Oh yeah, a max revive. Absolutely useless. Because we can't use any form of revive. And random room with no hidden items, which is unfortunate. But I'll reward myself later with a little rare candy that's hidden. As we are coming to a close with this video. Oh, beds, we can heal. Awesome. I always like when there's a midpoint so I don't have to keep leaving a building to heal my Pokemon. And I was anticipating a doubles battle, so I've put the two lower level Pokemon up the top. I think the best thing to do here is to spam double moves and take them out that way. I realised this was actually a bad idea because Rosary took a lot more damage from Surf than I was anticipating. Like a lot more damage than I was actually wanting it to do. Not enough that I was thinking I was going to get taken out, but enough that if I got hit with a super effective move it could have been problematic. As you can see, probably because it was directed just at Roserade. And here I was anticipating a fake out, but just got met with a sucker punch. Which is fine, you know. No harm, no foul. And I'm got level 44, which is awesome. Cheeky Dazzling Gleam to finish it off because we are a special attack tank, which is awesome to see. And obviously heal up before we take on any form of challenge because we have two challenges ahead. We take on Mini Cyrus team, and then we take on, I believe it's Commander Jupiter, one final time. And yeah, that's the main reason. Like I said, for some reason I actually thought we got the Master Ball just lying about in the venue, so I've done a bit of digging to try and look for it. Turns out I just found an elixir and a super secret hidden rare candy in case any of you kids are playing this game. Don't forget about that. And here's the warp pad. I just went in to make sure there wasn't anything, which there isn't. Now it's time to take on the Galactic Commander and Cyrus, and then release the Pokemon. And that is where we will end today's episode. I was actually quite surprised. I didn't think you fought Cyrus at this point. I thought he just spoke to you, so I wasn't prepared. The foolhardy one that's trying to stand up to Team Galactic. Yes, that is me, although I hardly expected to see that. Try it. It's merely a child. I did hear that the commander had a rough time with you. I know why you're here. I can sense it in you. It's about Uxie, Misprit and Zelf, correct? You want to save them. I no longer have any need for them. I am finished with them. If your heart aches to save them, go right ahead. I couldn't care less. It will save me the trouble of disposing of them. But I must say you are a remarkable specimen. Those Pokemon have nothing to do with you, do they not? But you still claim to rescue them out of pity? Such pitiful is useless emotion. It's illogical and irrational. Pity and compassion are products of weak and lacking human heart. You are compelled to come here by such vicious sentimentality. I will make you regret paying heed to your heart. Good. Not done anything wrong. Just came here to save some Pokemon. Oh, a Marco. Come on, Pots, you got this. I always get confused with Taunt. Is Taunt the one that stops me from using the same move twice? I can never remember. And then for some reason Cyrus decides to play the heal game, which is really annoying. But nonetheless we proceed to do damage and we proceed to knock him down. Good thing as well, he's healing, he's not doing any damage, so. And Pepper Potts was rewarded by going up to level 44. Good job. Okay, now Golbat. Golbat's a bit of a pain. So we're obviously going to swap into our electrical buddy. Defense Lord, which isn't ideal. Sure, it's Lord Harsley, yeah. So we do plan to just vacate. In hindsight, I probably could have used Spark and finished that. But there's no harm, no foul, apart from the fact that I've swapped into a fighting type on a flying type and got poisoned. So that could have been deadly. But once again, the love for Captain America made it go away. For some reason he went for Mach Punch, which was a silly move. This was a Crobat, we probably would have died. So we decided just to stick to Flamethrower, just to make sure we actually finish it off. And with that, Gamora is at level 45. Your last Pokemon, I believe, is your Sneasel. Which, unless you can hit me with a super effective critical hit, you're going to go down with one Flamethrower. Although we used on that one 4 times super effective, yeah, fighting is so much better. And with that, Cyrus is defeated. Interesting and quite curious. I see you are indeed strong, and the basis of your power is your compassion toward Pokemon. How wasteful. Such emotions are but mere illusions, and like all illusions, they fade over time until death banishes them forever. That is why I've abandoned all emotions as useless sentimentality. But that doesn't matter, I doubt you will ever understand my position. They said I recognize that you are strong and courageous to come alone. This is your reward. A Master Ball. Thank you. The Master Ball is the ultimate Pokeball. It will unfairly catch any Pokemon in the wild. But it is not anything that I require. Unlike you trainers, I don't know my Pokemon, my friends, my partners. Unlike other Team Galactic members, I don't use Pokemon as tools. Instead, the power of the Pokemon, I make my own. I said that backwards, but you got the idea. If you wish to save the Pokemon, you're off to Mount Coronet. You'll ascend the mountain peak and put an end to everything. Now it'll bring about a new beginning for everything. Bye, Cyrus. Let's go take on your buddy. A little bit of healing. These guys obviously don't care that I'm here. You came all the way here just to save some Pokemon. There is nothing new. I can't say I understand our boss. Why would he let a kid like you come in and go freely? We Team Galactic take all that we need and eliminate what we do not. But anyway, you've taken the trouble to come. Let me welcome you. Consider it payback for you insulting me at the lake. And this will be the final battle of today. Ooh, starting with Kadabra. Here's something I thought was quite interesting. It's the first time I've seen it in a while with AIs actually being strategic. So I use Surf and they swap into Toxic, who counters it with a Pokemon with a dry skin. I've now used Earth Power, and he tries to swap in. So he goes back to Kadabra, and then he tries to swap in for a Pokemon with Levitate. Which I thought was insanely interesting that the AI was using such strategy. Needless to say, I was against this idea from the start, so I swapped into Luxray and let Luxray do the rest of the work. From here, it is just a case of bite, bite, bite. Now we did have to fight through a confusion, but I have faith in Luxray, and Luxray pulled through because Luxray is one of my besties. And that leaves Kadabra. Now the only thing that may have went wrong here would have been if I'd somehow managed to hit myself. But Luxray didn't let me down. And that is us defeated Commander Saturn. Gah, what makes you so strong? Fine, do whatever you want with those 3 Pokemon. Press the button on the machine to set them free. Why, thank you. Would I like to press a button? Yes. Any chance to push a button. Our boss crafted a red chain from crystals that he took from the 3 Pokemon. The red chain is what we needed to shackle something on Mount Coronet, but that's all I know. who knows what he's planning to do up there. And with that, I would just like to say thank you for watching the episode, and hopefully the quality is just as good. But until next time, Bearded Warrior, over and out.